Good morning and welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining me. Okay, so this morning is Tuesday the 14th of July. It's 8:43 in London. More accurately Jersey and the Channel Islands for me. It is 3:43 a.m. in New York City and 16:43 in Tokyo. So coming to the end of the Asian session and the start of the London Open. Okay, let's have a quick look at the economic calendar for today, because I just want to point out we've got the CPI in the US this afternoon, which is a big event in the economic calendar. Apart from that, one event on the euro, and one event on the pound. Okay, that might push our trade up on the pound yen. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a second. We've got the crypto fear and greed index, which there's a video on the channel about this. It's showing extreme fear back again. We were easing off a little bit from last month, but we're back in the extreme fear again. And the CNN fear and greed index is, we've fallen from neutral back into fear. So yeah, just need to be aware of that, if that's appropriate to you. Right, okay, so our open position ratios, we'll start at the top with the pound yen, and this is our trade on the pound yen. Now, it didn't do the move I wanted it to do yesterday. I thought it was going to go from this candle, sorry, I will open that up a bit, and I thought it would shoot up to the target. It didn't. We're still in the trade. I mean, it's coming back again. It's a little bit slow. I don't know, maybe it'll dip down here. If it does, we will lose it. Let's have a look on the 1 hour. Okay, we just had a nice big bullish candle, so that might be okay. Let's just have a look on the relative OPRs. We've got neutral, 15%, so let's have a look where we were. I think that's slightly down, so it's a bit disappointing, but it is what it is. Plus 15. Okay, that's pound yen. Right, pound CAD. Check this bad baby out. Pound CAD, bullish, plus 57. Okay, interesting. So it's in our good region for OPRs. It's relative OPRs. It's also 76% relative OPR correlation. Oh, what was I talking about? Gone on to the wrong chart. Sorry, apologies. Right. Pound CAD, so slightly less bullish at 56. 29. Yeah, but so I said there that I thought it was going to fall to this level. It's actually doing it now, which is fair enough. It's just made its choice, hasn't it? Let's get back onto the 4 hours. Sorry, okay. So adhering to this trend line quite well. It is just going to collect this liquidity, isn't it? Let's be fair. And then we can possibly look at a buy on the pound CAD, but not yet. Pound Swiss. Let's have a look. Okay. Pound Swiss A. Where are you? Bearish, neutral. On the relative OPRs, we've got highly positive numbers. So I just want to point out 75% relative OPR correlation. So we would be looking for a buy on that. And yeah, so that's the 4 hour, that's the 1 hour. If you were looking for an entry, you've just missed it. it would have been there. Really probably best here. And then you could have had your stop loss there and your take profit up, probably up there, which would have been a very good risk to reward ratio. We're obviously looking at that late. The reason I would have taken it there is because you've got a displacement candle off the 4-hour point of interest. You've retraced back into the fair value gap, and then we've taken off. It's a good trade. Let's have a look at it on the 4-hour. Do we have a no 30 minute? I'm just looking at the gator bands on that. Yeah, okay. You do have a gator entry on the 30 minute happening right now, so let's move that along a bit. That was the gator signal. This was the retrace. It would have been better if it had retraced down here, but it didn't. And now we're into that fair value gap. So you could argue that is your trade taking place right now. And to be super safe, you could put your stop loss down there. I wouldn't take that trade personally because we don't have bullish OPRs. We only have bullish relative OPRs. We do have the moving average, however. It's got lots of nice things about it, so we will look at that, but I'm just going to put a note on there. No OPR. But the relative OPR matched. Okay, that's obvious. Okay, no, I wouldn't take it. I don't recommend that. But if you wanted to put a lower risk on it, you could take that trade. Anyway, that's pound Swiss. Euro pound. We had a notional trade on the euro pound, didn't we? What's going on? Oh, okay, it's going nowhere really. It's stuck in a box, like this box, consolidating. So if we got to move back up to there, I'd recommend potentially that you could buy that. Sorry, sell that, go short, but not as it stands at the moment. We are just chopping about a bit. Euro pound, euro yen. Oh, sorry, let's put our... Did we do that? Euro 87 on this one. I don't think we put the numbers on. Oh, maybe we did. Okay, sorry. Stream of consciousness. Euro pound. Oh, it should be up there. So bearish, minus 88. So it's super bearish. Super bearish. Okay. Let's start a new. I did that because of this trade, this notional trade going on. So minus 88. But I've kind of given up. It's too choppy, that one. It's too in the middle of everywhere and nowhere. But it's only a notional trade anyway, so but we can still take it, as I've just said. Okay, euro pound, euro yen. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. Euro yen. Neutral, and minus 42. Okay. Minus 42. So it's looking like that. Oh, okay. Minus 42. What's it up to? It's bouncing off the top of the box. It's also bouncing off the moving average, but we've got positive OPRs. We've got a 78% relative OPR correlation, and we've got minus 42. So it's bearish with a 78% correlation. So you could argue is going to fall for a while. But I don't know, I wouldn't trade that. Okay, Euro Yen. What's next? Euro Aussie. Euro Aussie neutral, neutral, minus 14. Okay, so we've got some numbers back for the Euro Aussie. Let's see which bucket it's going to go in. Oh, look, guys. So we've been watching this, haven't we, for a while? And we've now got, excuse me, an MA cross on the 4 hour. So let's have a look on the 1 hour. Yeah. Ideally, and really, really like that trade, except for this. So let's wait and see what happens. If it breaks out, perhaps retouches that, and then falls, we could get it on the retouch. And then at that point, it would be below the moving average. Because it might just chop up and down here for a bit more time. We'll keep our eye on that one. Interesting. Let's just put the numbers on. Minus 14, so it's becoming less bearish on the relative OPR with a 75% correlation. Okay. Right, that's the Euro Aussie, Euro Swiss. Here we have it. Yeah, okay. Euro Swiss. Plus 73. 76 correlation to that, 76%. We've got, it's just broken above this line, hasn't it? It's quite a nice trade, that, but we haven't got the OPRs, only the relative OPRs. Oh, that was quite a nice trendy kangaroo tail if you caught it. Did you catch it? If you caught it, let me know in the comments. The trade on that would look something like well, who knows where that's going to go. But you would really shoot for 2 to 1, so something like that, and then trail it out. I'm just going to put what trade that was. TKT 1 hour not taken, no OPR. Okay. Anyway, it's a possibility, we can keep our eye on it. Euro Swiss, Euro Singapore. Wait, is it in the right box still? Let's just double check. So we don't have, yeah, the OPR and no. The OPR is negative, so it's what is it? It's OPR and MA. Is that there? Okay, right. USD CAD. Sorry, Euro Singapore. Euro Singapore. Can't see it. There it is. Okay. Euro Singapore. So we had notional trade, did not take this trade. No OPR. 4 hour trend line break and retouch. But we're still in this box. Are we going to break out of the box? We don't know. I've put a little mark there actually. I think since I last spoke to you, to just say that is probably going to be for now the cut-off point on that trade, the take profit, but it wasn't a 1-to-1. I was hoping it would get down to there, but perhaps not on this touch because we've not got a bullish candle on the 4 hour. So that's the latter one. Let's put the numbers on. Euro Singapore. Minus 66, so it's going less bearish. And it's only got 65% correlation. Okay, moving on. USD CAD. Possibly some of you are going to be watching this. USD CAD. Sorry, I'll just check we've got that it's in the right box. So, yep. Okay. USD CAD, so we've got, ooh. What have we got here? USD CAD plus 53. Okay, let's talk about this. So 72% correlation, but right now it's not looking very correlated to me, is it? To you? Let's have a look at the MA on the 1 hour. Yeah, we do have it on the 1 hour now. No, we don't, for bullishness. I was just thinking about it as a sell trade because, although you wouldn't take it because it's bullish, but it's just broken this trend line on the 4 hour. So potentially, if the numbers align in time, who's to say they will, who's to say they won't, you could wait for it to retouch. Sorry, we need that to be blue because it's only a suggestion at this moment in time. And then wait for it to fall. Possibly back down to there. That's a lot of ifs, but that's a potential trade. Anyhow, CAD Swiss. Where are you? Yeah. Alright, that's not bullet bearish at all, is it? Let's have a look at the numbers. CAD Swiss. I'm in the wrong box, aren't I? Yeah, bearish. Sorry. Bearish minus 11. Yeah. Oops. What's it doing? I have no idea. 59% correlation onto this, but it's very bullish at the moment. Not trading that. Not even thinking about trading that. Aussie New Zealand. Aussie New Zealand. Let's see. Alright. Okay, so we've firmly broken this trend line. And I think looking at the price action, let's just check the relative OPRs. There we are, sorry. Minus 23. Yeah, it's, correlation is 55%. You could argue it's either wicking down or it's coming right down to there, and I think it's more likely to come down to there. Do I? I don't know. Actually, I'm not going to say more likely. I'm going to move that to there, and we shall see. That's the Aussie New Zealand, Aussie Kiwi, Aussie Swiss. We still don't. Yeah, so the OPRs and the MA. No, it doesn't have the MA on its side at this moment in time. It does the relative OPR. No, it doesn't have the relative OPR or the OPR. So it needs a whole new bucket, I think. Yeah, no, it's going up. It's going to, we've got the relative OPR and the moving average in the correct place. Sorry, yeah, I think it was in the right place before. Okay. I'm getting confused. We were on the Aussie Swiss. Let's just see the numbers. Aussie Swiss. Aussie Swiss. Oh, okay, plus 11. So, yeah, price action is... So I've got 61% relative OPR correlation. It's doing what it says it's going to do on the according to the relative OPR. Perhaps we're going to tag the top of the box. Would be a good place to sell that, but we'll see. Okay, Aussie Swiss. Aussie Singapore. Okay. What's happening? Well, let's have a look at the numbers. Aussie Singapore. Okay. Bearish minus 18. So it's more getting more bearish. And we've broken the trend line and we've come back and retouched. We need this to be a bearish candle. Then we can put our stop loss somewhere here and trade it down to probably this level. Minimum, possibly that level. It looks like we didn't tag that, which would make sense because there's more liquidity here and it's probably a better level. Oh, that's right. I did actually question that level if you look there, so we'll get rid of that because I don't think that's going to happen. But I do think we're going to be able to sell it from there if you wanted a trade on that. That's actually in the wrong box because we do have the relative OPR on that one. Okay, let's have a look at the 1 hour MA. Yeah, look at that. It's just going to fall through the 1 hour MA by the looks of things. If it does the right dance, maybe we'll get a U-turn and a shift back down. Okay, that's the Aussie Singapore. Dollar Singapore. So go back on the 4 hour. Dollar Singapore's usually at the bottom where they don't. Yeah. Dollar Singapore bearish and it's plus 58. It really wants to break to the upside, but it's not doing it yet. That's for sure. Still in our wedge. Okay. Swissy. Oh, 77%. So watch this one. 77% relative OPR correlation. We've got 57%. So when it gets to 60, it's good for a... So, you know, we're pretty much there. If I was going to trade that, and I'm not because I don't have the OPRs, I would look for that to retrace somewhere to this level, which is these highs here. And so that's what I'd be looking for, and I'll show you how that would stack up. So the trade would be there with a target of up there to collect that liquidity, and then stop loss. That would be super aggressive. That would be super aggressive, really. This would probably be safe to say if it comes back down here. But if it wicks, and don't forget it's the US dollar, so war, all of that. But let's say if that price comes back to there, that's a valid trade. But I wouldn't take it, and I'm not recommending you do this. This is not a signals channel. We're just here to discuss price action. Okay. The yen. What's he doing? He. The yen. Plus 75, getting more bullish. We are coming up to this bad boy. this level here, so we wouldn't really take a buy on that because it's going to stumble. It's going not stumble. It's going to pause probably. Then it'll break out, and then we can potentially look for some price action up there. Having said that, you could potentially argue that is a very aggressive trade. Happening right now. Let's have a look at on the 1 hour. But it's only got a 1.4 risk to reward ratio. Although you could argue you could bring that super aggressive. It's a possibility. I'm just going to put, I should have noted that other one actually. Super aggressive. What? 1.96. I wouldn't trade that personally, but you could argue it's a trade. But obviously the yen is prone to these moves, just as a word of warning. Okay, the yen, the Swiss yen. So I thought it would come down here. It's come down halfway. What will it do? Oh, we don't know. If it's, yeah, no, I'm not going to say anything on that. It doesn't line up in many ways, so it's not a valid trade. Sorry. Kiwi, Swiss. I don't know where you are. Sorry. Right next to that. Okay. Only 54% correlation with the relative OPRs. Let's have a look at the relative OPRs. Sorry, where are you? Apologies, oh, there it is, right at the bottom, plus 15. So, I mean, it's quite a good, if you love that, quite a good breakout of that 4-hour box, which it has tagged here and here. Let's go back a bit further, and at the beginning of the box, it's clearly broken out of there, hasn't it? It looks like it's off to the races, to be fair. Let's have a look at the 1 hour. The only place you would want to buy that would be here. Stop loss down here, take profit up there, but it's not well correlated. It's only 15, but price action is quite strong. Anyway, that's that. Wouldn't take that. That's all for the Forex pairs. Gold and silver are bearish. Gold and silver, let's have a look where they are here. Gold minus 19. Get the 4 hour. Minus 19. Okay, so we have, yeah. I mean, our box kind of failed there, didn't it? Actually, it's a good place to sell it right now. Really. Potentially it might come a bit higher. But anyway, that's gold. We do have a notional silver trade, which is still in profit. Okay, so minus, what did we say? On silver, 25. Our notional trade is still in progress. What I didn't like was this candle, this wiki candle, and I thought, oh, it's going to stall, but it's coming back in our direction again. Okay, anyway, that was just a trade idea. So have a quick look at the rest. Yeah, this is 100% coming down to tap this liquidity. Kiwi yen. So it's done the dance where we expected. I think it'll continue on to the top of the box, to be fair. Euro New Zealand is doing the dance so far. Yeah, it's going to, I think, tap that liquidity. Pound Singapore. Maybe it just doesn't have the strength to tap that. Or maybe it'll just... This is obviously a key point for that pair. Right, New Zealand CAD. Still doing the dance. Aussie yen. Ooh. Yeah, interesting that. Pretty pattern. We don't know what that's going to do. Oh, the Aussie. Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to get rid of this. To me, that's just... It was a notional trade. It's about break even, so we will just get rid of it. It's tough. It's a tough one, that. It's now tapped this 4 hour point again. What's it going to do? Who knows? Let's get rid of that. It's in a parallel channel at the moment, the Aussie. Possibly. Like that. Ish. Don't know. CAD yen is going up to collect it here. Let's just mark that, but that's fairly obvious. And then what will it do? It'll probably continue on in our box up to the top of there, but need more info. Now then, this is the pound. Now, let's just have a look at the relative OPRs on the pound. Minus 26. Yep, so if you can hear some licking in the background, it's my cat washing himself. Okay, so this is a trade setup. And I'll tell you for why. We've had a rejection of the 4 hour point of interest. Oh, we don't have the 4 hour MA on our side, but let's have a quick looky low. Right. We tapped into that fair value gap on a big red candle. We've rejected our 1 hour moving average. We could say, for instance, that this trade, it would have been good to catch it there, but obviously that was a big ask. Right now, that would be the trade. Let's just have a look at how that looks on the 4 hour. It's risky, but it's a possible trade. Aggressive. I'm going to put aggressive. And the reason I'm even putting it on there is because of this. That's becoming more bearish, although we would prefer to see that minus 40 or less. It's got a very high correlation. I think there's a strong chance that trade would work. But it's very aggressive. Aussie CAD, we're hanging about the bottom of the box, doing not a lot. We've broken our trend line on the pound. Let's just have a look at the numbers on the pound Aussie. 44% long. Okay. So we really wanted to get to that level. Euro, I think it's gonna, yes. All right. Same scenario as the greenback, the pound dollar, the pound. In that, got a big bearish break of this channel. Trend line, sorry. We've come back into the fair value gap. Again, super aggressive trade. But a sell somewhere there with a stop there and a target over there is a possibility. But I'm going to just move that little arrow to there. let's just have a look at the numbers, because it was minus 62, which is a good number. Got an alert on the Kiwi. But let's just see, the euro is, yeah, minus 66. That's a better trade than the pound, because you got better numbers. You could do that now with that as the target. That's a 2.42 win ratio, risk reward ratio. So that's a pretty good trade. But we don't have the OPRs, folks. Let's just see what the OPRs, neutral. Those on FXSSI, it's 36, so it's okay. Have a look at the 1 hour MA. Yep. It's going to go back into there, isn't it? Look. It is, in fact, that would be an even better trade if it just taps that on the 1 hour. And then it is very aggressive, but again, I'm going to put aggressive on there just so. But that would be the rationale behind that trade. Okay, quick look at crypto on the 4 hour. Ugh. Okay, we got tapped here, but nap. Again, falling. That's just crossed the MA 200 on the 4 hour. Could potentially collect liquidity. What's it going to do? We don't know. Ethereum. Quite a bullish chart, actually. Dixie staying in the channel. Depends what happens with the dollar, the war, etc. Nasdaq staying within the channel but below the MA 200. What's this doing? Okay. S&P, yeah, that's quite a good buy signal actually on the S&P long. This one. So what it's done, if you like that sort of thing, is it's tapped the box and it's printed a trendy kangaroo tail. It's come back and it's tapped our level, printed a trendy kangaroo tail. I think that is actually a nice buy signal on the S&P. So that's a 1.66. Not great, but it could work. Are we interested in anything else? Probably not. But there you go, guys. Okay, thanks for staying with us. Please hit the like and subscribe if you're enjoying the videos. And I'll see you in the next update. Thanks, take care. And as my mentor would say, I wish you happy trading.